Greetings, everybody. Alexander Mazzone, aka Galactic Tarot, broadcasting from Sedona, Arizona. This is your Gemini December love reading. Can't wait to drop this for you. Just if you could, while I'm shuffling, hit that like button, that subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you so much. You can hit the bell notification to be alerted when I go live. Okay. Gemini quantum reading for love and romance. For the sign of Gemini. Let's see what we have today. One more. He's cheating. I peeked ahead. Okay. We're going to start this one off with a okay. All right. For starters, we got this guy at the bottom of the deck. This guy or gal, the fastest moving man in the deck. All right. So whatever all this is, it's going to happen quickly. So I'm seeing a big shift, a big change here going on, Gemini. There is something. There is something in the physical that is not to be, that we're sitting here and we can't decide whether to go left or go right. All right, so we need to figure out, as that sign, if you're watching this, you need to figure out what this is. Because this isn't a state I like to see anyone in. This is when the mind actually can start to cause issues on the body. You know, Alexander, Mr. Positivity, I don't like to say things that create this, but just the goal is, when we ever look at a timeline, when we ever do readings that use time magic, which is what I do, is to catch this stuff so we can nip it in the bud right away, okay? Nip it in the bud, not the butt. I hate when people say nip it in the bud. What am I even talking about? You know you've heard it. You know you've heard somebody say nip it in the butt, okay? Anyways, we're gonna nip it in the bud. All right, so I'm gonna go up and down with these. We're gonna go from physical to energetic instead of just going straight across the line, because there's a pretty deep message here today, Gemini. First, it starts off with can't decide whether to go left or go right. And then it gets to this energetic card, which represents marriage, which represents the balancing of the masculine and the feminine. So for some of you that are, interested in marriage, this doesn't have anything to do with marriage. For some of you that are having difficulty whether knowing to go left or go right, with some sort of balance between, shadow integration or some sort of difficulty of something that happened with the masculine that needs to be healed, or the feminine, this is going to be a different interpretation for most. But sitting down, being honest with yourself, and figuring out what is this thing I can't decide whether or not I want to go left or go right with. And just know there is no wrong answer. Just, if you don't want to get married and your family's pushing on it on you, then so be it. If you do want to get married and people are telling you not to, then so be it. If this is about shadow integration, light integration, whatever, if this is about not being able to decide to balance these things because of things that have taken place in the past, I'll give that a whatever for now. But that's something that eventually I see, we're all going to want to do. We're all going to want to be fully integrated, because how else can we make the jump to the next place without, having this agreement that all the dogmas have, that we're all one, that it's all one. Okay, so then in the physical, I get to this card. Gemini, you got a doozy. I'm going to be honest with you today. So we get this card, the Five of Pentacles, which represents, look through the spiritual window I am getting, luckily, but it can represent a little bit of money worries or things that are being worried about. All right, and then we're looking at this card, which is the Page of Wands, which is in the energetic. So I'm seeing this like, it's almost like there's something that wants to be learned that hasn't been learned yet, or there's some schooling or something that needs to be done. And it's almost like we're waiting for something that we already have. And you're wanting to learn something that you already know. So I see this being able to shift. So now it gets better at the end, even though it ends with a card that some people might be triggered by, but it's not bad, I promise you. We see this card that shows you whole. This does not represent another person. This represents you. This represents you with all your armor, with all your fire, with all your downloads, with all your abundance when this other timeline ends. When this ends, when you can make the decision, when you can just learn whatever this is, or go and sign up to learn whatever this is, or learn it within yourself, or just know that you already know it, because that's what the main gist is that I'm getting is you already know whatever this thing is that you want to learn. And I've seen this plenty of times. It's like I'm not saying don't go to college for this or that, or don't go learn this or that, but like, you know, some people, like, they go to school to be, say, a photographer, and I'm not jocking photographers. You know, keep the angry messages out of the comments. I'm just using it as an example. But it's like, you can just pick up the camera and just be a pro photographer day one. You could. It's possible. And yeah, there's a lot of things you could learn about light balancing and fade and this and hooking up mics or whatever the heck there is. I'm not saying there isn't a ton that you could learn, but it's also possible that the best photographer in the entire world never went to school for it. So, and that's what I'm seeing here, is there's something that you're saying that one day you want to learn, that spirit just wants to remind you that you're already the best at it, okay? And then it shows you spending alone time in nature, or this is what spirit is asking you to do, because this is the message from other dimensional versions, the message from spirit, the message from the original creator of your soul, whatever you want to call it, in your line of your vernacular, we get the hermit. So this is representing the man or the woman up on the mountain, this magician, attaining this magical mastery by taking alone time. So, you know, you might have a significant other, you might have a lover that's like, oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Can I come with you? This has got to be a hard no on this one. You got to figure out what this is, and spirit, your higher selves, your other dimensional versions are letting you know that this is easier to do and maybe only possible to do alone out in nature. So to get out alone in nature, you got 2 weeks left in the month. Get out alone. I know it's a busy time. I know it might be really cold. But this is something that can really benefit you. And this is something that you want to release. You want to release. Or just make the decision, whatever it is. You want to make the decision or just move on with life. This all can lead to stagnation if we don't just do the thing, sign up for the course, decide not to sign up for the course and already feel and believe you're a master at this, whatever it is, or just, you know, there's another way is what Spirit wants you to know. I love you guys so much. Please like, please subscribe, please hit that bell notification. I'll see you again very, very soon. Tons of new online content coming to you from Galactic Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon.